Can you believe it? It's another video. That was a bit much. But I'm excited because this is now my third video. I didn't chicken out, guys. Aren't you so proud of me? I'm proud. Hopefully we'll keep it going. I have some ideas cooking, so stay tuned for that. Like, comment, and subscribe. I am turning 28. My birthday is coming up. This video I think is gonna post like a couple days before my birthday. And with my birthday coming up, I just have some thoughts, some things brewing up in the noggin, some things brewing in my heart that I just wanna talk about. So we're gonna sit and hang out. Like, imagine we both just got off work, we made plans to hang out, you're just coming over in your sweats, cuddled up on the couch, and we're gonna chit chat. That's the vibe. So get there, because I'm there. You ready? Let's go. Welcome to my orange couch. How are you? Are you good? How was your week so far? Oh, it's Monday. How was your day so far? This is my orange couch, and when I first moved in, I was so excited about her. And I'm kind of tired of her now. I've had her for like 2 years. This orange couch was a dream of mine for so long. Probably it's now been 10 years. I think I was like 17 when I first thought of having an orange couch. But I wanted an orange couch with an entirely like dark green wall. I didn't want to do that because this is an apartment complex that I live in, and if I did that, the process of undoing that when I move out was too much. So I got approval for just this. Anyways, when I first moved into this apartment, I was so excited because it was my first time living alone. So it was the first time that I got to pick every single detail and make it exactly how I want it. So when I first moved in, it was like 17-year-old Callista, dream come alive. There was so many super 70s type looking stuff.
Groovy, baby.
And I still love the 70s vibe. I just like it a little bit more grown up and a little bit more mature. I love this apartment. I'm not changing it until I move somewhere else, but definitely with my next apartment, I'm gonna go something a little bit more neutral on the couch at least, because you can't really change up the color scheme when you have an orange couch. There's not many colors in a living space, I feel like, that go with it, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're not here to talk about the couch. We're here to talk about my birthday. 27 was weird for me. This is what I want to talk. This is what I want to get into. And if you can relate, let me know. First off, birthdays are just weird in general because you get so excited, or at least I do. I get so excited for my birthday. I'm like counting down the days. I'm making sure that everybody in my life knows that my birthday is coming. And then the actual day of my birthday, I always get just a little bit disappointed because I realize it's just another day. Like, obviously there's celebrations and different things, but I think I just overhype. Same thing happens with like Christmas and any holiday. I just get so excited before that when the day actually comes, it's just like any other day. But every year before my birthday, I get a little nostalgic. I start reminiscing. I start thinking over the past year. I start thinking over my whole life, honestly, and what led me to this point. So this year, it's been an interesting transition so far because I do feel like God's doing something different in year 28 for me. Year 27 was just hard in a couple of different things. One of the things that I was not expecting is I think my body went through like a third puberty. I woke up one day and none of my pants fit. And I didn't feel that much different. It didn't look visually that much different, but for some reason things were different. And it made me feel so uncomfortable because I sit at work all day long. And so like all my pants would squish me while I'm sitting at work.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
And it drove me crazy because I didn't have money at the time to get new clothes and whatever. So once I got clothes that fit me and I got rid of all the stuff that didn't fit me anymore, I feel a lot more secure about myself. But I have never been more physically self-conscious. Even though like if I were to like go in the mirror and look, I don't not like the way I look. It's just, it was so different than what I used to look like that I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know if I was allowed to like the way that I look, even though it's different. This is gonna make sense to the women who are going through this because you haven't gone through this phase yet. it probably doesn't make sense. One thing that did help me is that a lot of the women that are my age, my friends that I've been talking to, have gone through similar seasons at this age, and so it made me feel a lot better because I was like, what is going on? Like, my diet's not that different, like I'm still working out and taking care of myself, so what is going on? Being a woman is weird. And then the second part that was rough about 27 is I was dealing with like all these, so physical insecurities, but also insecurities about who I am as a person. With my job, I work in property management, which can be a little bit difficult sometimes. And so sometimes I would get frustrated, or sometimes I wouldn't have a solution for someone and I just wish I could do something more, but I couldn't. Or somebody would get frustrated because I told them no, because it's part of my job sometimes. And they would call me names or say mean things to me, and I would get very, very upset. So I spent a lot of time beating myself up for having a human reaction to things. It got to a point where it wasn't like I was growing. It wasn't like, oh, a season of pruning and a season of, what's that word that people like to use? Refining. It wasn't that, it was just me nitpicking myself to the point where I felt like if I did not have the perfect response for every single thing in my life, that I was lesser than. That is an insane standard to upkeep. Doing that this year, I got so tired. I was genuinely exhausted from trying to figure out how to perform to be the best at everything, and it's just not possible. When I was thinking about what I wanted to say in this video, I was thinking about this book that we're reading with our worship team at church called The Reset by Jeremy Riddle. And he talks about, in one of the chapters, basically like dying to yourself as Jesus died and you'll be resurrected with him. When I was reading that chapter and when I was thinking about like what is happening, like this transition feels different, I realized that I don't think I ever got up. Like, I think I've been practicing like
The dying to yourself, the refining, the pruning.
for years, that I never fully stepped into walking out victory, walking out salvation in the way that it's supposed to be, in the life-giving aspect of it. I was talking with my mentor, she's a therapist, so she helps me process my emotions, which is really great, about a situation I had come up with my family where I had this like really crazy reaction, and I was like, what is wrong with me? And she was like, all of these things that you're saying make sense why you had that reaction, like you're okay. And I could pinpoint for her every single trigger of like where it started. I was like, oh, I think I was triggered there because of something that happened when I was 7, and I was triggered there. And through the process of like going through therapy and stuff, I've learned where the root of the problem is, but I never really knew what I do after that. I feel like 28 is gonna be marked by the after that, because my mentor, she was like, Callista, you have all these things that you've acquired over the years. Some of them are not your natural tendencies, and God is still gonna use that, and it's gonna be beautiful. One of the things that I was telling her about is that I am a very like organized, very systematic kind of person now, but my inside heart desire is I want to be a flowy creative. I want to just go with the flow. I want to vibe. I want to chill. I want to do all the things, but like I've adapted over time that when I work in systems and when I'm efficient and when I do things in an organized way, I'm actually really good at it. And people at like my jobs and when I volunteer for things, they really enjoy it. So this thing that I took on as armor to get through different seasons of my life where I didn't feel worthy enough, so I decided I'm just gonna outperform and just do really well, and then I will be safe and I will be okay. So this coping mechanism, I was thinking I had to like get back to the free, flowy, creative Callista, but I didn't think about the fact that God could utilize both. Like I can be creative and flowy, and I can be organized and direct and efficient. Like those can coexist within me. And so that's what I'm excited for with 28 is I just feel like God is going to take me away from this mindset of just trying to nitpick and get every bad thing out of my life and show me the beauty in the things that I didn't see before, and show me that he's actually using those things for his glory, for the furtherment of the kingdom, and I'm just trying to get rid of them. And I'm sitting here like trying to bully out all these things out of my life and just shaming myself. And then God's like, what? I love your passion. I love that you speak truth. I love that you don't lie to people so that they just go away. Because that's what some people do at my job sometimes, is they say what sounds nice so the person calms down and they leave. But then nothing comes from it. And like, I have to find, there's a car alarm going off. She's done. So I'm claiming it now because I want to watch this video back at 29 and see what has changed, and if this feeling I have is really true, that 28 is just going to be marked by I'm walking in the resurrection with Christ. Like, I have spent a long time focusing on dying to myself and being in the death with Jesus. So like, I think that we all need a season of that. I think we all need to be mindful of that. I don't think that's supposed to be where I live. I think I'm supposed to die to things and then get up and keep going in the victory that I have in being a child of God. Like, I'm not fighting this fight on my own. As I was thinking about all of this, I kept coming back to Romans. And in Romans it says, for if we have been united with him in a death like this, we will certainly also be united with him in resurrection like his. For we know that our old self was crucified with him, so that the body ruled by sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin, because anyone who has died has been set free from sin. Now, if we died with Christ, we believe that we will also live with him. That's what I'm claiming this year, that I'm living with him, that I'm no longer a slave to shame and guilt and judgment on myself. Like, no one, that's the crazy part. No one came up to me in my personal life or even at work and said, Calista, you need to get it together. Your responses to people are not good enough. I just perceived it that way because, like I said, with my job, I would have to tell people no sometimes, like, I can't do that for you, I'm sorry. And they would walk away upset, and I would perceive that as, oh my gosh, I'm such a bad Christian. I upset someone because I didn't give them exactly what they wanted. So now what is gonna happen? They're not gonna believe in God because I would panic for like a whole weekend because I made someone upset. And my heart wasn't that. Like, I wanna help people. I really do. This year, I'm living. You're living, we're living, let's live. Because I can't do it anymore. I can't do the continual judging. I don't want to be the judge anymore. I let go. And also, with being the judge over my own life, I became so critical of other people as well. And that's the thing, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to be the judge of the world. That's not my role to play. And so I'm releasing that. I am a daughter of God. I am free. I'm alive. I am well. Like, things are going good. I'm allowed to have a human response. My feelings are allowed to be hurt sometimes. And I'm okay to cry if that happens. Like, I'm okay to be upset sometimes, or get a little bit annoyed, or a little bit frustrated, maybe even get angry. We're going crazy now. Like, I'm allowed to have human emotions. Doesn't mean I'm gonna live there, but I'm allowed to be a human and make mistakes. Because every day I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be closer to God, and that's what really matters. It doesn't matter that I do every single thing perfectly. It matters that I'm pursuing him. No matter what. He's the highest priority in my life, and he will always be the highest priority in my life. So I'm excited. I think 28 is gonna be good. I think 27 was needed. I'm thankful for the lessons that I learned. I'm thankful that I was able to see things a little bit more clearly the past couple of months. My experience is probably not my own, and there's probably plenty of people that go through this, especially walking with Christ for a while. Like, I think we go through seasons where we just really want to prove that we've grown, or that we're good at things, or that we know things. And I think this is going to be something I'll probably have to manage for the rest of my life, just making sure that I don't sit in the seat of judgment, and that I truly allow God, the most righteous judge, to do his job because he's way better at it than I am. If it's your birthday week, happy birthday, girlfriend. We're birthday besties. Actually, one of my best friends, we have the same exact birthday, same exact year, and that's crazy. Love you, Marissa. Happy birthday to you if it's your birthday week. If it's not, it's such a sad life. Sorry you couldn't join us. I think that's about all that I have to say. It's kind of a rambling of ideas, but I've been thinking about this for a little bit over a month. All of this as a collective, obviously it's been a process over the last year of everything I'm saying, but just reflecting and seeing where things are going. And then after talking to my mentor, and she was like, listen, God can use that. It's like one of those things where it's common sense and you know that, but you don't know it. And when she said it, it clicked. It was like a light switch was turned on, and I was like, duh, of course God can use it. Let me know what you think. I want to know if you're like feeling the same thing, if you got the same vibes going on. If not, just give it a like and keep it moving. But you guys have a great life. Whoa, it's about to storm. It's pouring right now. That was wild. Okay, bye. I'm gonna have cozy time with Netflix now. Not Netflix, because Netflix kicked me off my sister's account, so we're gonna use a different streaming service.